So if you're facing homelessness and you don't have anybody to take you and your family in, these are some steps that me and my family took, and we're a family of 6 and I have a support pet. So these are the steps that I took, and I'm hoping that this message reaches who it needs so you can be prepared what to do. Before I get started, hi, my name is Dominique Nash of Welcome to the Nash House. My family and I had to experience homelessness for 6 months. And it was hard, but we survived, and you will too. So first things first, if you have a pet, I have a dog. He is there for me and my children's support. So I registered him as a support pet. And if you need reference on how to do that, you can visit my link tree, which is in my bio. Okay. Once he's registered, that means that I have proper documentation. So if I do, which you will, have to go to a hotel, right? You can present the documentation. You won't have to pay a fee for your support pet. Okay. 2, during the week, okay, that means Sunday evening, all the way until Friday at 11 a.m. is when you have to get out. I would recommend you to book through Vrbo. It is a vacation rental app. You can find rates as cheap as $350. If you search, you have to do the research on Vrbo. Look for it. $350 from Sunday at 4 when they will give you the code. They will email you everything you need once you pay for it. Then you have to be out Friday at 11 a.m. or they will charge you $500. Please be careful while you're at these places. Do not tear them up. Treat it like you're on a vacation because it is a vacation rental. They will have an overabundance of beds. We literally stayed in Vrbos during the week, and we would have, since we're a family of 6, we would have a good 17 beds in a Vrbo vacation rental. It was so beautiful. Okay. Now, the reason why I said don't stay there during the weekend is because for Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday morning, they want a minimum of $2,500. You want to save money because you are without a shelter. So that is not feasible. So do not book it to stay there for the whole, no, it's time for you to travel. Okay. You're going to have some fun. Go to a hotel. Look for the cheapest rates by going through Expedia.com or Priceline. Disclaimer. Sometimes Priceline will give you this great deal. But if you don't like the hotel, you cannot get your money back, so you'll have to stay there. We did have a problem with a hotel that had a lot of roaches. Yes, it did. Okay? It did. And we could not get our money back to get out of there. Now, whenever you book hotels, look in the description of it on the apps if it requires a deposit. If it does require the deposit, you can bring cash for the deposit, which means that you will get your money back. Just make sure that you take photos of and videos of the vacation rentals before every nook and cranny, okay? And take videos and photos after, before you leave, so you have proof and they will not charge you. Do the same thing in the hotel room. You got it? Good. Now, while you're at your hotel, make sure that you enjoy the amenities. I know that you're stressed because you are without shelter. But baby, you're on an adventure and you're going to have to enjoy yourself a little bit. Okay? Get in the pool. Go work out. Take a walk. Learn the community. Talk to people. If you're going to book a hotel, make sure it has different amenities like free breakfast, because you're not going to be able to keep buying food because there's no way to store it. We stored minimum food, but a lot of bottles of water in a cooler. Let me see this cooler. That's all that we could carry with us. During the hotel stay, we would empty it out, try to clean it. So I had minimum cleaning products with me, and we would refill it with ice in a hotel. Okay. Get your free ice from your hotel before it's time for you to go. Okay? While you're trying to book, while you're in the hotel, book your vacation rental for the next following week on Saturday, because Verbo needs at least 1 day in advance before they can go ahead and give you the code and you pay for it. You cannot do it same day. You can do that on Airbnb, but in my experience, when we used the Airbnb app, we had a host who was nosy. He wouldn't give us privacy, and he had actual tenants living upstairs that would stomp on our head every time we talked. So I don't recommend Airbnb. I really recommend Verbo. Lastly, you won't have to keep buying toiletries, like tissue, paper towels and stuff like that. You're going to get a break. You're going to get a break from having to clean. You're going to get a break from having to do what you've been doing in your home. So this will be a way that you have to live how we were created. The only difference is that if your children are in school, they must show up at school, and you must disclose that you are having to deal with this shelterless situation. But because if you don't, CPS can take your children. So make sure you have open communication. Make sure they show up to school every day that they're supposed to. You go to work. Me and my husband still worked. And I did extra odd jobs also, just to make sure that we can stay afloat. Okay? You will still go to work. Enjoy this time. As much as it seems like it is a heartache, it is also removing the toxic programming of having to cook, clean, buy the same products all the time in rotation that you've been doing all your life. So even though it's painful, it is teaching you a different way of living. Okay? Now, once you are in a position to get rehoused, you will realize that you will become a minimalist. You won't have the same outlook in life. You don't need all of that stuff anymore. And be okay with your new. It's okay, I promise. Everything that you're going to have to rebuild, especially if I'm talking to the people who were in LA and they lost everything, right? When you're rebuilding and you get rehoused, take your time with purchasing stuff. Take your time. Most of the stuff that I have in my home, because I lost everything for 15 years that we had, me and my husband. Everything that I have in my home was donated. It was donated. Only thing I purchased, and it was from a thrift store, was pots and pans. That's it. And we are sleeping on air mattresses, and that's okay. Because it's a mattress. It's not the floor. It's okay to start over. But just know, you can make it through this journey. It's going to feel hard, but you will have a lot of fun. Now, if you cannot find a hotel in town for that weekend, ask Google to give you the cheapest hotel rates within your region. I'm from the Midwest, so I asked for the Midwest. It took us to some beautiful places, and we had cheap rates with no deposits. So don't be afraid to jump on the road. I know you got this. This too shall pass. But there is a lesson in this blessing. You just have to find it. Every mistake or falling or failure is a chance for a lesson for you to evolve. Take these tips. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know that this will help you. I promise. I love you, and you got this. You got this. Because if I could do it, I know you can. I love you. Bye.